everyone! Welcome back to another Yiddish video. In today's video, I will be teaching you all some synonyms in Yiddish. In Yiddish, we have many words we use which are synonymous with each other. Often, this is because there are the Germanic and Hebraic variants, but sometimes it's just because of the way the dialects are formed, or because synonyms make a language rich and diverse. Let's take a look at the Yiddish synonyms now. Chitz, ozer, except. Ich hab lieb alle Grünzeug ozer Iggekus. Ich hab lieb alle Grünzeug chitz Iggekus. These sentences mean the exact same thing, meaning I like all vegetables except for cucumbers. Familie, Mishpuche. In man Familie is du 4 Geschwister, 2 Schwesters und 2 Brüders. In man Mishpuche is du 4 Geschwister, 2 Schwesters und 2 Brüders. This is the first example of a word which has a Germanic variant, familia, and a Hebrew variant, mishpucha. The sentence means, in my family there are 4 siblings, 2 sisters and 2 brothers. The more commonly used, I'd say in most dialects, is the Hebrew variant, mishpucha. Kerper, gif, a body. Auf een menschliche Kerper is du 2 Hände und 2 Fies. Auf een menschliche gif is du 2 Hände und 2 Fies. On the human body, there are 2 hands and 2 feet. Both words are used, but I personally prefer to use gif. Sie gehen, sie walken, to walk. The latter is only used in American dialects as it comes directly from the English word walk. Ich will ahin gehen. Ich will ahin walken. I'm going to walk there. Sie weitergehen, sie fortsetzen. To continue. Sollen wir weitergehen? Sollen wir fortsetzen? Both of these sentences mean, shall we continue? The former is more casual and everyday, while the latter is considered more proper Yiddish. Lemushel, zum Beispiel. For example, is an du a sach synonyms in Yiddish. Lemushel is an du a sach synonyms in Yiddish. Zum Beispiel, there are a lot of synonyms in Yiddish. For example, the usage of these depends a lot on the dialect. In the dialect I grew up speaking, the Hungarian dialect, lemushel is used a lot more. Historia, Geschichte, history. Jiddische Geschichte is sehr interessant. Jiddische Historie is sehr interessant. The word historia is definitely the more commonly used variant. Both of these come from Indo-European roots. Zusammenmasken, zustimmen, to agree. This uses a weird twist on the Hebrew word maskim. In Yiddish, it's used as an adjective, with the verb in the sentence being bin, am. It's kind of like saying, I am in agreement. Ich stimme nicht zu, was du sagst. Ich bin nicht maskem mit was du sagst. I don't agree with what you're saying. Gläser, Brillen. Glasses. Except saying Brillen is kind of like saying spectacles in English. It's only used by the same people who would say, be a dear and fetch me my spectacles. Die Brillen liegen auf dem Tisch. Die Gläser liegen auf dem Tisch. The glasses are on the table. Ekeldig, grolig, disgusting. Only I can't even tell you what the root of the word grolig is. I personally prefer to use it over ekeldig because it kind of sounds gross and it expresses the meaning perfectly. Jens hat geschmeckt grolig. Jens hat geschmeckt ekeldig. That smelled disgusting. Pleitze, axel, shoulders. Pleitze comes from Polish, while axel originated from Old Norse. This is extremely dialectual, to the point where certain dialects could say they've never even heard of the other one. I use axel in the Hungarian dialect, but I've heard both. Es ist gewesen schwer auf den Achseln. Es ist gewesen schwer auf den Pleitze. It was heavy on the shoulders. Was hebt sich? Was tut sich? What's up? The literal translation of was tut sich is what is doing, and the literal translation of was hört sich is what is heard. Man hat sich so lang nicht gesehen, was hört sich? Man hat sich so lang nicht gesehen, was tut sich? Long time no see, what's up? Punem, Gesicht. Face. Gesicht comes from the German word Gesicht, and Punem was taken from Hebrew panim. Auf ein Gesicht ist du zwei Augen, ein Nus und ein Maul. Auf ein Punem ist du zwei Augen, ein Nus und ein Maul. On the face, there are two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Chavir or chaverte, friend. A friend. Once again, a German versus Hebrew word. Friend comes from the German word Freund, and Chavir, male, or Chaverte, female, comes from Hebrew. Es ist schön zu verbringen Zeit mit meinem Freund. Es ist schön zu verbringen Zeit mit meinem Chavir. It's nice to spend time with my friend. They are both equally common. Adank, yashir koyach, thank you. Adank clearly comes from the German word danke and is the more formal variant. For example, I've seen it on posters in Yiddish-speaking supermarkets. Bitte tip nisht, da, adank. Please don't, da, thank you. I use it sometimes to thank you all for watching my videos as well, since I'm speaking to a wider audience. Yashir koyach is a combination of two Hebrew words, which literally means well done. And even though the Hebrew word for thank you is toda, we decided to use yashir koyach as thank you instead. And this term is used in literally any context of the word thank you. Stimme, kol, voice. Yet again, we are faced by the Hebrew and German variants. Can you guess which is which? The Germanic Stimme and the Hebrew kol are equally heard in Yiddish. Ihre kol is herrlich. Ihre Stimme is herrlich. Her voice is beautiful. Sie bedeuten, sie meinen. To mean. Was bedeutet das Wort? Was meint das Wort? What does this word mean? Tante, Mima, aunt. I seriously don't know where the word Mima comes from. To my knowledge, it's the lesser used of the two. But if you're a Yiddish speaker of a different dialect watching this, please correct me. Meine Mima is meine Tatas Schwester. Meine Tante is meine Tatas Schwester. My aunt is my father's sister. Sie weisen, sie zeigen. To show. Zeigen sounds a bit fancy, but they're both used in Yiddish to mean the same thing. Zeig mir wie es liegt. Weis mir wie es liegt. Show me where it is. Sie spüren, sie fühlen. To feel. Again, spüren is a bit fancy, but it's not unheard of. Wieso spürst du dich? Wieso fühlst du dich? As you can see, they're both reflexive. The sentence means, how are you feeling? Sie geschehen, sie passieren. To happen. Die meiste im gleibliche Sach hat passiert. Die meiste im gleibliche Sach ist geschehen. The most unbelievable thing happened. Kraft, koyach, power. Again, we are faced with one Germanic word and one Hebrew. Kraft is a common word amongst many, if not all, Germanic languages. Der Wind blust mit dieser Kraft. Der Wind blust mit so viel koyach. The wind is blowing with such power. Erziehen, aufbringen, to raise. Aufbringen is definitely the more commonly used word. Amul haben sie aufgebringt Kinder anders. Amul haben sie erzeugen Kinder anders. Back in the day, they raised children differently. Sie dürfen, sie brauchen. To need. Dürfen is definitely more casual and mundane, while brauchen is more formal. For instance, it's unlikely to hear children using brauchen. Weirdly enough, dürfen comes from the German verb dürfen, which has a different meaning. In German, it means to be allowed to. Die willst es oder die darfst es? Die willst es oder die brauchst es? Do you want it or you need it? Keulus, geride. A racket as in a lot of loud noise. De Kestel macht a zellige koiles. De Kestel macht a zagerieder. The TV is making such a racket. Sie gewoer werden, sie ausgefinnen. To find out. Gewoer is placed with the verb to become. Sie werden. It's almost like saying to become aware of. Ob ihr gefinne aus, als het zahlt nicht dem Emmes, wird het zanen zures. If I find out that you're not telling the truth, then you're in trouble. A bottle, a flash. Bottle comes from the same root as the English word bottle, and flash comes from Germanic root similar to the German word Flasche. I've personally only heard flash being used once in my life in the Hungarian dialect, but I'm almost certain that it's used more commonly in different dialects like Yivo. Gießt Wein von einem Bottle. Gießt Wein von einem Flash. He pours wine from the bottle. Der Eibestir, Gott. God. Okay, so Eibestir literally translates to the upper one. And they are both used a lot in Yiddish. Zij dienen dem Eibestir. Zij dienen Gott. They worship God. And now grouped together, I will do mitir, mama, futir, tata. Mother and father. Mitir and futir come from German, Mutter, Vater. And the words mama and tata come from a variety of Slavic languages. Ich hab lieb meine Mitter und Futter. Ich hab lieb meine Mama und Tata. I love my mom and dad. The only scenario I can name in which Mitter and Futter would be used over the words mama and tata are when talking about biblical topics, like when talking about Futter Avruam or Mitter Sura. Now I hope you enjoyed the many synonyms for beating someone up, because apparently it's important to be able to describe that in like 15 different ways. Schmaßen, samsitzen, unrasen, unboxen, geben Makkes, verrasken und zmaziken, samhaken, unbachen und unpatchen. That was it for today! If you liked this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more Yiddish content. Tack för idag, lihitrot, tschüss and auf Wiedersehen!